Hey, what's going on, Taurus? How are you? Taurus, I really want to thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys coming back to me. And if you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Taurus, I really haven't given like a good love and romance reading since like maybe January. Cause like I just thought about it. I was like, yeah, February was like about all kind of secret stuff coming out. And then, the one that got away. And then I only did generals for March. So let's go ahead and get into this good love reading. And hopefully we got some good news for you, Taurus, okay? So this will be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, as well as the cross watcher who may be watching on behalf of a Taurus. If a Taurus is who is in their heart, okay? We're going to look at your energy. We're going to look at their energy, Taurus, as well as the cross watcher, possibly. Okay, and for some of you single Taurus, I'm not even gonna lie, for some of you guys, there may be a little bit of energy that might come out here for you as well. But I'm usually the type of love readings that I give are very couples related, whether you're seeing someone barely, to the most committed married people, right? So Spirit, please. Yeah, so with that being said, if the messages don't resonate to you, then just leave it where it is, okay? Go watch your other signs or, another reader, okay? You might connect with another reader, or you might connect with this reading, who we'll see. So Taurus, what is the overall energy here for you? All right. So we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I generally feel good about this card when it comes out, because this card, to me, it just really gets me going about how, listen, in this relationship, whether it's still a situationship or a marriage, right? Like, there's some sort of elevation, beginning to happen, right? You guys are both beginning to feel things. You guys are both beginning to, maybe for some of you, have romantic feelings for this person for like the first time. So maybe like this could be possibly a friend, maybe. Taurus could be a work related friend. It could be just somebody that you just, kick it with. And then all of a sudden, maybe at some point here in April, maybe you look at them in a different light. And the feeling is mutual. Okay? So it's very that type of energy, if you're single, right? But for others of you who are dating or in more committed relationships, the feelings that you have for one another are being elevated. Okay? So you're either about to express that you're taking it, to a more exclusive level, or maybe you're taking your exclusivity to a more committed level, So let's pull from the Twin Flames deck and get a real feeling for the different energy sides here. And keep in mind, you might resonate to one side over another. I try not to keep it. I try not to make it specific, because you may resonate to this side or that side, or sometimes you might kind of see yourself in both sides, or you might see the other person in both sides. Because this is your twin flame, you guys are intertwined, so it would make sense that the energy would be intertwined. So Spirit, please allow me to get 2 cards here that will help us understand the energies between one another here. Okay. Oh, we have bound. Oh boy. Excuse me. Interestingly enough, yeah, I feel like for some of you, there may be where you guys are just, you just feel such a force attracting you to this person, right? It almost, it can be kind of borderline codependent, possibly. Not saying that it is, but there's definitely a very strong force. There's almost a mirror here. Okay, when I look at that, that's interesting. Interesting that someone on this side feels very, very strongly here, very, very strongly. Whether they feel so strong towards the other person, or maybe they feel the other person's strength metaphysically on them. Hopefully not physically, that's kind of bad. But let's see what other information we have for the other side. Okay. The answer is yes. Oh. All right. So maybe for some of you, there's like some specific question that you might have. Spirit is saying that, the answer is yes. So does this person feel the way you do? Possibly the answer is yes. Is this person kind of controlled by you, or maybe you kind of controlled by them? Possibly. I do feel like that. Hopefully, I do feel like for some of you Taurus, this may be a situation where some of you may mistake someone's love and affection, or better yet, you may mistake someone's controlling behavior as, oh, they care for me, they love for me, they have feelings for me. Yeah, they have feelings for you. They do. The answer is yes, they have feelings for you. However, it could be a little borderline, like I said, codependent. So just, keep an eye out for that. Watch out for that. Let's take a look and see what the tarot has to add to this. I mean, honestly, but with the bound card, honestly, it doesn't always read bad. I feel like with the bound card there, this just could be dealing with a soulmate, maybe a past life, someone that you had in a past life that maybe things didn't go well with in a past life. And, the energy now is here where you guys are having to kind of, what's the word I want to say? Rectify it karmically. So if it isn't too serious, then that's what it could be. If you guys are more in a more established relationship, I do feel like, you may have been seeing signs of like controlling behaviors. But I feel like it plays out both ways, and for some kind of way it works. And it's a go, right? So, all right, thanks, Spirit. Let's go ahead and cut our deck. All right. Five of Cups and the World card. Interesting. I feel like this person, the energy here, this person, there's still a little bit of emotional maturity that they have to attain, and I do feel like they do obtain it. Okay, so there could be a little bit of like emotional manipulation, but I don't feel as though it's intentional. I just feel like it's just it's just a byproduct of the intensity of how much you guys are drawn to one another, to where, they may have this person, whoever this person may have some really good things looking up for them in their life if they would just really kind of turn around and look at it. But it's like they'd rather deal with the mess that they already have. Four of Swords. and the Fool. Yeah. Yeah, with the person here who may resonate to more this side, I really feel like this person has just never really been told no, ever. And I kind of feel that in a kind of a negative connotation, because I do look at the two cards here. They kind of do have the same color scheme. There's a lot of red here. You know, and in this context, I just feel as though this person is just, again, like they're maybe kind of spoiled. Like they have never been told no before. You know, they've never really had to put in a lot of effort, you know, a lot of, you know, mental, they've never really had to strategize. You know, things have just kind of come to them. They've just kind of landed in their lap. They've just always kind of ended up in good opportunities. You know, they've ended up at the beginning of people's stories with them, you know, but at the same time, it's interesting because it almost never really goes anywhere. You know, because all they do is kind of restart. You know, they get to a certain point and then they kind of restart, you know, or maybe that's just how this relationship feels. If this is the two of you, you know, in a more established relationship, this could just be how it feels, where things will be going great, you know, things will go bad and then things will be going great for a time and they'll begin to look up, and then before you know it, you know, someone is just feeling like I'm doing all the effort while they are just being a little bit more passive. But nevertheless, there is still a lot of romantic feelings here. And is it a bit toxic? Possibly. But it works, interestingly enough. So the card under the deck here is the Ace of Cups. Yeah, so it works. I mean, there is a lot of love here for this person because, you know, again, I feel like you guys like are more of kind of soul bound here. Like this is someone that you've kind of gone in and out of different lifetimes with, you know, for sure. Your souls are passionate about one another, so it keeps your human bodies finding one another. It's like that type of intense kind of thing, you know, and however it plays out, whether it's in this lifetime it was a long relationship, and then or in this lifetime it was, you know, just maybe some sort of like, you know, short-lived thing, but or something that you keep going back to, but there's definitely a lot of love, a lot of passion between you two. There's just something that works. And again, I think it's because maybe both of you kind of flip-flop a little bit when it comes to who wears the pants in the relationship. If we're talking about a relationship that is more attributed to traditional standards of what a relationship looks like. But, excuse me. But either way, whether this is a traditional style relationship, I don't feel like it is. I mean, it's 2019. We have about as, you know, this, I mean, it's all equal, you know. But either way, yeah, I think the both of you kind of go back and forth when it comes to displays of power or dominance. And that's why it's been kind of working. Interesting. So let's take a look and see what types of signs to be aware of to help you guys understand, you know, when you're moving through this energy. Because a lot of times, you know, you might not know that you're moving through this energy, you know. You can be told this and just live out your whole April, and it's just like, oh, well, Luminant Libra said that this was going to happen, and it didn't happen. Unbeknownst, but it may have happened, whether it happened to you or you did it to someone and didn't know it. But we're going to take a look at some signs that, you know, may help you be more aware when it comes to the energy flow. Wow, way too many cards, but yeah, definitely something profound here. Okay, so umbrella, shelter. One more card, Spirit, please. Okay. The next card we have is bridge, reconciliation. Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, now that I get the signs kind of in here, I kind of feel like for majority of you Tauruses, this is like you. And look, we got kind of like the Taurus bull here. So I kind of feel like you may be the one that's kind of like is pulling the strings here a little bit. But and I don't mean that in a bad way, you know, but I just really feel like this is just more something that you're experiencing, whether it's rather than someone else outside of you experiencing it, you know. But anyways, we've got umbrella, shelter here on this side. So this energy here, I really feel like as though they know that they're going through some sort of like messy situation, but at the same time there is a little bit of protection, you know, enough to make them feel safe enough to bear through it, you know. And so, you know, it's like I put up with the mess around us, but when we're together and, you know, when we're under our little shelter, you know, that harsh world outside can't, you know, it can't mess with us. You know what I mean? And so I really feel like, you know, that's kind of how you guys make each other feel. Okay. And that's why, you know, there's some sort of reconciliation that keeps occurring with you, possibly if this is somebody that you keep going back to. Maybe there's some traveling that you guys go, you know, have to deal with when it comes to keeping in touch with one another, or, you know, keeping the relationship going, you know, or someone will be having to travel soon. Okay. Someone may be hearing like yes to some sort of opportunity where they are, you know, gonna, hey, again, you know, with the Fool card, set sail or get ready to set sail or be in the energy of ready to start something new, even if it means that they have to travel away from the relationship. And, you know, that's the mess that this person has to deal with. Is this person is always so available maybe to others or to other situations, not to put it in a third party situation. But at any rate, I do feel like, again, the both of you kind of flip flop here. You know, there's times where you may do that or they may do that, whether that's emotionally or actually physically separating. I don't know. It's just something about it that works with you guys. I feel like it's almost kind of borderline toxic. It's not necessarily toxic. You know, it's just, I think you guys are just really good at, you know, the ebb and flows of relationships, and you guys understand when to protect one another. Excuse me. Because there is that unconditional love there. So let's get some messages from the Whispers of Love to see how we can navigate through this energy. Okay. So we have appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And that's card number 33. Oh, wow. A master number. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was maybe saying, trying to say a little bit earlier. Like, you guys appreciate one another because, again, you know, even though, you know, you guys may go back and forth when it comes to, you know, the power struggle of the relationship, or, you know, codependency, maybe borderline in a way. It's like this person is so your soulmate that it's like you dangerously love them, you dangerously care for them, but it's all from, you know, it's all from this place of just really appreciating who they are, who their soul is to your soul. You know, you guys are always going to be able to come back and reconcile with one another and start new with one another. I feel like this person is meant to be around for a while. As long as you choose them, as long as as long as you allow them to be around, and that's vice versa. So I don't really see any kind of like immediate resolve here. There's not like any really problem, you know. It's not, I mean, you know, not that there's any problem. It's just that you guys' relationship is very like both of you are stubborn. Both of you may be earth signs. Maybe both of you may be Tauruses. But, you know, both of you are stubborn, but both of you are also know when to, like when and where to be stubborn. Okay. So anyway, Taurus, let me know how this works out in the comment box below. You know, I do appreciate your comments, your likes, and if you haven't subscribed already, I do welcome you to subscribe. All right. So let me know how this works out in the comment box below, Taurus. You guys have a great rest of your April, and bye-bye.